Hello and welcome to another Dons for Dons peer tutoring video. Today we're just going to be going over standard present tense conjugations in Spanish. So here I have three infinitive verbs. I have hablar, I have comer, and I have escribir. Now these three verbs are usually the most commonly used verbs when we want to go ahead and do conjugation charts because usually they tend to be regular. So, like I said, we're just going to be doing the regular present tense today, and then the irregular present tense will be another video. But it's important to understand that there are three different kinds of ways that verbs can end in. You have hablar over here, which is our stand-in for the AR verbs. Comer, which is going to be representing all the ER verbs. And escribir, which is going to be representing all the verbs that end in IR. So, as I said, all the verbs that end with, all the infinitive verbs that end in ARs that are regular are going to end in the same way that hablar does. All the infinitive verbs that end in ER will end the same way as comer. And all the regular IR verbs will end in the same way as escribir in the present tense. So with this chart, you could take a similar verb that's also regular, like for example, tomar or beber, or what's a good IR verb? Maybe, well, there's a lot of irregular IR verbs, but the basic point is that the chart that we're about to do today, you can take the endings and you can use them, and they apply for all the regular verbs that end with this same stem. So let's get started. Hablar. So we're going to be going yo, tú, él, ella, nosotros, vosotros, and then ellos, ellas last. So, hablar. Yo hablo. Tú hablas. Él, ella habla. Nosotros hablamos. Vosotros habláis. Ellos, ellas hablan. Now for comer. Comer, yo como, tú comes. Él, ella, come. Nosotros comemos. Vosotros coméis. Ellos, ellas comen. Now, it's important to understand that verbs that end, verbs of the ER stem and verbs of the IR stem actually have the same, they're conjugated the same way, the regular verbs in the present tense. And most of the time, the endings for pretty much any kind of verb in Spanish that you're going to be working with, the ER and the IR are going to end the same way. So that's a good thing to remember. So, in the yo form, yo escribo, tú escribes, él, ella escribe, nosotros escribemos, vosotros escribáis, ellos, ellas escriben. So you see here, once again, these match up. This matches with this. This matches here with this ending. This matches with this ending. This to this, this to this, and the yo forms. So we see that the ER and the IR match. So also a good thing to note is that regular verbs in Spanish, all of them will, the yo form, the ending will always be an O, right? It's always going to be an O. Hablo como escribo. The to form is going to be usually an S. You're going to, if it's an ER, it's going to be ES, IRES, ARAS. And then usually for LA, you just drop the R, and then it's habla, come, escribe. So it's a good thing to kind of catch on to really the different patterns that you see, you know, um, identifying those patterns and being able to kind of recognize them when you see them is a key part of being able to interpret Spanish and then in turn being able to speak it. So try and identify patterns with verbs that you see, and keep practicing those conjugations. Practice makes perfect with these verbs so that you can make them a natural part of your speech. So that's going to do it for today. That's all the information that you'll need for the regular present tense. This is Don's for Don's Peer Tutoring, and we'll see you soon.